We are back in Philadelphia. Teams coming out for the second half. Ben Roethlisberger still on his feet somehow. Taking a lot of punishment in that first half. Donovan McNabb hit on his first 15 throws. But Tomlin saw Roethlisberger punished time and time again. Only one touchdown in that first half. It was McNabb to Buckhalter, who leaped in for the score. It's 10-6 Eagles. Second half coming up. And we're back here in Philadelphia with the Steelers about to receive the second half kick. And a reminder, this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. One of the stories of that first half, of course, the absence most of the way of Brian Westbrook, who was taken to the locker room in that first quarter with an ankle injury and has not returned to this point. We're told his return questionable. Rashard Mendenhall standing about a foot behind the goal line, and the rookie by way of Illinois stays away from this one for the touchback. It's a 10-6 lead for the Eagles, and that Eagles defense made quite an impression on everybody in that first half, Phil.
Yeah, they made a good impression. The 6 sacks, that was a big part of the first half. And then the fact that Donovan McNabb starts out 15 of 15. So if you take those stats alone, the Eagles should be in control of the football game, and they're not. And one of the big reasons why is you look at the sacks at the bottom of the screen, but the turnovers, the 2 turnovers by the Eagles, to me, hurt them a lot worse than it hurt the Steelers.
Only 66 total yards for the Steelers and under 20 yards on the ground. When you talk about Willie Parker coming off of back-to-back 100-yard performances, 5 carries, 11 yards in that first half. That's it. Give it to Parker here off the left side, and he scoots ahead for 4. Scoring summary off a fumble recovery. It led to a Jeff Reed field goal. Then the Eagles drove, and Buckhalter dove for the touchdown. An Akers 31-yard field goal, 10-3. And with seconds to go in the first half, Jeff Reed with a career-long 53 yards.
Steelers try to settle this game down, and the Eagles, like I said, they missed an opportunity to really get control of this game in the first half.
A 2nd down and 6 for Pittsburgh. Across the middle, pulled in. Great grab there by Hines Ward, but it's ruled incomplete.
Yeah, the football did hit the ground, yes. He reaches out, inside receiver. Oh, yes, fell completely under him, then bounced right back up. But what did we notice? More protection, a little rhythm, get rid of the football a lot quicker on that first throw by the Steelers.
Dan Klecko on that defensive front for the Eagles. Number 68. It's 3rd down and 6. And flags nullify the play.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Dan Klecko, the former Patriot, former Indianapolis Colt, coming over to the Eagles, and yesterday becoming a father for the first time. Nathan Daniel, 9 pounds.
Wow.
Born Saturday, and giving Joe Klecko his first grandchild.
There you go. Keep the tradition going. Big Kleckos.
That's right. Got another one. 3rd down and 11. After the 5-yard step off against the Steelers. And again, movement on that left side with that K. Moyatu.
False start, number 68.
Yep.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
They're getting the right here on the left side. There it is. Well, let me ask you a question, Jim. Your quarterback's been sacked 6 times. The crowd is starting to get a little loud, and everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage. Would you be nervous?
Well, that's what's happened here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The lineman just so fearful that the Eagles are going to get that fast step on them.
And the Eagles, knowing it's getting longer situation, They're just going to make Roethlisberger throw it quick because they're going to blitz.
Threatening to go long. Now another flag in the area of holding, and it's behind Holmes. Darren Howard, the one chasing Roethlisberger this time.
How'd the Cowboys score 40 points in this defense?
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. They can cover. You can see this is not an accident. They know how to get to the
There are
passer.
2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Holding number 68. That penalty is declined. Illegal forward pass, number 7. The quarterback was beyond the line of scrimmage when the pass was thrown. That's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. It's 4th down.
I know one thing in that game against the Cowboys. They did not register a sack in that game. They had 6 in the second quarter alone here today. We've just been notified from the Eagles sideline that McNabb has been taken back into the locker room. They're working on an injury to his chest, is the word we're receiving.
Well, I told you I saw him bending over the one time when he came to the sideline.
That's Berger with the first punt of this game. Jackson. 37, waiting for something to form. Nothing there, still looking for the edge. And steps out near the 44. He's electrifying the rookie from Cal Berkeley. 54-yard punt, 8-yard return. And Kevin Kolb is ready to go for the Eagles. At quarterback, Kevin Kolb in his second year out of the University of Houston. Second round pick a year ago. Hands it off here to Booker. And it's a gain of about 2. You'll recall, if you're with us in that first half, McNabb was shaken up on the last play of the first quarter. They were attempting a flea flicker, and 3 players landed on him, including Kershke. And Westbrook, by the way, went out here with what we're told is an ankle injury and has not returned. McNabb never did come out for warm-ups to get ready for the second half.
When he came out to the sideline after that flea flicker, he was rolling his shoulder and bending backwards, and you could tell it was just more than a shoulder injury.
Kevin Kolb has never thrown a pass in his NFL career in the regular season until now. Ball batted in the air, and Polamalu almost got there. But the Steelers think they have it. That was off the fingertips of L.J. Smith and off a vicious hit. It was batted in the air.
McFadden reads the route, drives it very well, and watch Polamalu goes out. Oh
wow.
My gosh.
What an athletic play by Polamalu. Did the ball, though, did it
hit the ground?
Did it hit the ground? It may have. Challenge flag is out. Andy Reid's already thrown the red flag.
Oh, he got his arm. I think he got it under it.
You think it's under it? The nose of the football in that case.
Challenging the ruling on the field of an interception.
It can. The nose of the football can still hit the ground as long as you're cradling it at the time.
You got it. Looked like he had possession as his arm was under it, as the nose hit the ground.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans. And by E-Trade.
And we're back. They're still waiting word. Will the interception by Polamalu stand?
Well, the rule has been changed. That is tough. It was called a completion on the field, but we'll find out.
Ruling on the field stands.
There you go.
Philadelphia is charged with its first timeout.
Polamalu's third pick here in week 3 now, already with 3 on the season. For Kolb, he had not thrown a pass, I should say, as a rookie. He had come in late in the game against St. Louis week 1 and threw 6 late passes in that one. Polamalu healthy again.
Healthy.
And Tomlin to have Troy back like he used to be. Last year, really, he never was 100%.
No, but look what he's done this year, or in the first game, got an interception.
Off a Schaub.
And you said it right against Cleveland.
Then off Derek Anderson.
The Steelers, they think when he's back there, they have a chance to be exceptional on defense.
And they love having Ryan Clark back also at free safety. First down. Parker sidesteps the first hit, spins away from the second. And that is a hard-earned 2 yards. Sheldon Brown finally finishes him off.
Steelers got to decide here. They're in a fight. And I'm talking about the offense, the offensive line. It's a fight, and they might stop it.
And
you got to start firing out and hitting them and trying to win the physical war, and then maybe you'll start making some plays behind it.
Tomlin and Arians we met with yesterday were thrilled by the play of the offensive line the first 2 weeks. Getting under 3 yards per rush. They go back to Parker. He gets no yardage this time.
You know, Jim, confusion, getting beat, it does a lot of things. Of course, it hurts your self-confidence. And when you get in a situation like this, you just got to start hitting and quit worrying about assignments.
Roethlisberger awkwardly here at the end of the handoff. And one of his own guys ran into him, knocked him down. So he's taking hits from every direction. And he's got third down and long. 3rd and 10. Muwalde Moore back in as a third down back.
Keeping guys in to protect.
Still not enough help, though, as Roethlisberger ekes out a 1-yard gain to avoid the sack as Trent Kolb got to him first. Brian Dawkins blitzing again from the secondary.
Well, we started the game saying he's back, talking about Donovan McNabb. Well, the blitz is back in Philadelphia. And this new defense with its speed, confusion, the coverage is getting overlooked. They are covering them. They're blanketing the receivers down the field. Nowhere to throw it.
Berger's second punt of the quarter. Originally drafted by the Eagles back in 1994 out of Colorado. And his kick, fair catch at the 15 by Deshaun Jackson. Kevin Kolb coming back out. His interception did not lead to any points. And look who just stepped back out onto the field. Donovan McNabb. However, Kolb remains the quarterback. And a throw here on first down over to Jackson. And the completion takes it to about the 21.
Look how good did I look?
I'll tell you, watching McNabb emerge from the tunnel, this crowd roared as you might expect. Everything was there for a special moment, except gonna fly now. It was Rocky-like watching him come back out here. And we saw him throw a few passes, warming up on the sideline. So
yeah, he looked good.
Possible return on a day where he's already set the Eagle record for most touchdown passes in a career. Pass somehow got through, and Baskett has the catch. That was dangerous. Picks up 11.
You're right. Sometimes you just throw it through the defense, and that's what Kevin Kolb does. Lamar Woodley can't even raise his arm up and knock it down fast enough. I think Kevin Kolb is, Jim, you know him well. University of Houston, ran an offense where it was all on him for 4 years. So he comes in the NFL with a lot of throws. That experience helps you in situations like this.
Out of Stevensville, Texas, and here he hands it off to Buckhalter. Spins, good move, Buckhalter out to the 40, a first down carry of about 8. Got away from Larry Foote. We'll give him 7 yards on that one. And now they're gonna, in the middle of this series, they're gonna bring McNabb out. They love Kolb here in Houston, Philadelphia, and after all that he did to rekindle that program in Houston, you know, he was a second-round picker. People will say, why are they taking Kevin Kolb this high? And already he's won over his team in a year and a half. But look at McNabb back onto the field.
They took him to ensure what they think is a good football team. You get insurance for your star quarterback.
It's a second down and 3. McNabb comes right back out, ready to throw. Flings it over to Buckhalter. And I tell you, if he's hurt, that's not an easy throw to make. Picks up 5.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's really phenomenal. And I'm not overstating it. Some of the throws, the strength and the power he shows. And I asked him, Because I watch these guys and evaluate them and sometimes go, well, he could be losing this guy. And I said to Donovan McNabb, how about your arm? I said, be honest with me. What, would you say it's equal to the way it was when you came in the NFL, or what level? And he says, oh, it's stronger now than it was when I was a rookie. And I believe it. He's just gotten better at throwing the football, learned more. His mechanics are better, so that gives him better accuracy and power.
On first down, up the middle they go. Booker scampers out to the 50. You know, you talk to McNabb, though, and one of the reasons he feels like his arm strength is there is because of his offseason training, working on bolstering his core and his legs has resulted in more velocity with his arm.
Well, it's quite evident when you watch him play, his strength. It's been noted. I've talked about it. I knew it when he came in the NFL from Syracuse. He can handle an incredible amount of weight, and it has helped him. It keeps you healthy. You can absorb hits.
Second down, wide open alley for Buckhalter. Takes it inside the 40 for a run of 11.
Well, the Steelers, they talked about the one thing they want to do, set the edge. Well, where's the edge? Nobody is there. John Runyon blocks the guy down inside. L.J. Smith blocks outside, and there's nobody on the edge for the Steelers defense.
So the first drive for either side in the second half, midway through the third. We'll go with 4 receivers out of this formation, bringing Reggie Brown back onto the field. From the 39. Again, zipping it, this time wide of the mark, looking for Reggie Brown. It's not too late to play free fantasy football at NFL.com/fantasy, and also enter the NFL.com Fantasy Inside Access Sweepstakes for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Super Bowl 43. We were talking about how Westbrook had become a fantasy star, drafted so many cases in the first 3 picks, and many had him right behind LaDainian Tomlinson. He's out here today with an ankle injury, has not returned since the first quarter.
I was about ready to fall asleep when you were talking about all that fantasy stuff.
Told you you loved it. Here's Buckhalter. Again, nothing there. Only a yard. Aaron Smith anchoring down that side.
You know, not to go back, but the one thing I do like about it, Jim, fantasy football has brought more fans to the game, and it's been good. So I know I make fun of it, but it's helping everybody.
Casey Hampton just limped off the field, Phil, for the Steelers, their nose tackle. 48 yards offense for the Eagles in this quarter.
Well, it's a big drive. The Steelers defense, they got to know, hey, our offense is not doing anything. So if you fall farther behind, it's going to make it even harder.
Left unattended to the left side.
Look at all the blitzers.
And McNabb fires it and almost intercepted. Jumping in front of Avant was William Gay. So it'll be 4th and 9. And the drive bogs down once they get just inside the 40.
Yeah, good job. The Steelers trying to pressure, do something different. Instead of letting them just march down the field, you got to make a stand. They did, and the Eagles were not ready for it. And that's why there was an incompletion from Donovan McNabb.
Sav Rocca in for his first punt attempt. Looks like a good one, too. Fair catch signaled and made by Mewelde Moore. Roethlisberger wanting some time. Will he get it on this next series?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by BlackBerry and by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager.
Jim Nance and Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. That last drive by the Eagles, a drive which began with Kevin Kolb at quarterback and ended with McNabb. They didn't produce any points, but they changed field position. Going from their own 15, punting away down to the 10. The Roethlisberger's ready to throw it. Finally, he had an opportunity to go unpressured and completes it to Heath Miller.
Well, you talk about
here, Phil.
Yeah, the spotlight. The blitzers are coming from everywhere. Outside, Steelers, no answers. And they get the sack on Ben Roethlisberger. Look at the inside. 2 guys up there. One goes back. It fools the offensive line. And Omar Gaither gets an easy sack.
was a 16-yard hook up to Heath Miller. And a first down from the 26. Now it's Parker getting the call, running right into Stuart Bradley for 3 yards. Jim Johnson's been sending them today. 12 blitzes.
Negative yards. Wow, fumbles. It's really.
His sacks 4 out of the 12 blitzes.
Not bad. And what's really been impressive, when Roethlisberger gets away from the blitz or the pressure, that he cannot find that wide open receiver down the field, which he usually does.
Second down, 7. Again, the Steelers stacked up. Parker, no gain. And maybe able to pick up a yard out of it.
That was a good no gain. You know why? Now it's 3rd and 5 or 6, and it just gives 3rd and 6. It gives them a chance. If they throw it, something goes wrong, lose yardage, then it's basically give up and punt.
Only 1 out of 6 and 3rd down in this game.
Trying different formations to make sure Ben Roethlisberger gets more time.
They stack the left side. Ward will stay over there. Roethlisberger fakes going left, now tucks it under, and he's going to be stopped well short of the first. Quentin Michael, the first of many to get to him, picks up 2, but brings back Berger for the 3rd time in the quarter.
Ooh, I was too busy watching. I don't know why. It's a screen to the outside, and he can't throw it. The coverage is so tight. Look outside. They want to throw it to Hines, no, to Santonio Holmes, and they're chasing. And the quarterback knows I'm in trouble.
Berger punting away to Deshaun Jackson. From the 15. Oh, brought back down. Andre Frazier with a great coverage up the 53-yard punt. "18 new castaways marooned in exotic Africa. Survivor Gabon premieres Thursday on CBS in high definition."
I think one year you and I should go on one of those Survivor things, but I know I couldn't win.
Why is that?
Because you're such a politician.
Oh, thank you.
That you would get me voted off quickly.
I would come up with a little conspiracy against you, huh? Here we go with pass play over to Buckhalter, and he's knocked out short of the 20. How about that coverage by the Eagles?
It was tremendous coverage to the outside. Look, there's time. He's got space. They're going to run a screen outside to Santonio Holmes. He goes to throw it. Nobody's open, and then look out. This is, well, how do I explain it? I can't believe it's 10-6. That's what I'm trying to say. Because physically, the Eagles are winning on both sides.
Nice move by Buckhalter to get away from Polk. But still very little gain. In fact, no gain at all. James Harrison tackles him. 3rd and 7 with 3 minutes to go. And again, Brian Westbrook injured in that first half. The word is an ankle injury, and he has not returned. Philly got 3rd down on the way from the 20-yard line.
Sometimes playing offense like this, your defense is playing so well, you go, my gosh, if we don't make a mistake, we can't lose.
Booker in a slot to the left. He's standing there waiting for McNabb to see him. And McNabb cannot free himself from Lamar Woodley.
Well, both teams this week, they're going to spend most of their time on the offensive side going over their blitz pickups and what to do. And Woodley, how about that? Just overpowers John Runyon and fights through it, and then still has the strength to bring down Donovan McNabb.
That's a 7-yard sack. Pittsburgh's defense saying, hey, we can do this too. Rocca to punt to Santonio Holmes. Does a good job fielding that snap. Not a long punt at all. Holmes makes the fair catch at his own 48 after a 39-yard punt. Don't miss the show the critics calling this season's best new comedy. It's Worst Week. It premieres tomorrow after 2.5 Men on CBS. Big premiere week coming up on CBS. No, you're basically saying that as physically dominating as the Philadelphia defense has been, it's still only a 10-6 game.
Yeah, it's like, Jim, the story of the first half was that all the opportunities, all the good plays, they didn't take advantage of it. It was only 10-6. And here's the ball at midfield. Sooner or later, the Steelers have got to make a play.
Miller in motion. Tight end settles in a slot to the right.
He knows here comes another blitz.
Picked up, pass, just a little too wide for Holmes. This time the line was able to pick up the blitz.
Good picking up the blitz. It was a bread and butter play. Look to Ben Roethlisberger right side. They got them all picked up, and they love this rhythm throw. He's going to look to his right because he knows, oh, there's my guy. Hit, turn, and let it go, but it's not on target. Last week, every one of these he threw were perfect. Of course, with pressure, getting hit, it throws your timing and rhythm off.
It's only 4 for his last 9 with an interception, as he's been given little opportunity to make some relaxed throws. That one tipped. Getting a hand on it, Gaither.
Same thought to the other side. Omar Gaither does a wonderful job of watching the quarterback. Falls off. It looked like he was going to be a blitzer, and he falls off and gets his hand up. Very good job. When Brian Dawkins he's going to be all over too, though.
Crowd on its feet, 3rd and 10, cheering on this Eagles defense, which has been outstanding. Hines Ward will have the first down. And Roethlisberger had enough heat on that one, picks up 16.
Yeah, he did, and it's a credit. Stay relaxed. Hines Ward in the slot, going to go inside. Sheldon Brown protecting against across the field. He knows right away he's going to Hines Ward because it's a blitz, one-on-one coverage. And the Steelers keeping 2 guys in to help protect Ben Roethlisberger.
So a new set of downs at the 36. Willie Parker. You think Roethlisberger's frustrated? How about Parker? That's 4, one of his longest runs today. We've got an update. James Brown in New York.
Jim and Phil, New Orleans has narrowed the deficit to Denver to 5. Drew Brees having an outstanding afternoon. Little swing pass here to Reggie Bush. 6 yards to pay dirt. Brees 27-33, 327 yards and a touchdown. 31-26 Denver late in the 3rd. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms.
And thank you, JB. That at one time was 21-3 Denver. So another wild one. Back-to-back weeks in Denver. 2nd down 4, 6, 2nd down 6, and Parker talking about his frustration level too, Phil.
Oh, well, that was the ultimate run formation for Pittsburgh. Ultimate. They had 3 tight ends to one side. That's why you do it, so you know you can block it up and you can smash it in there for 2 yards. Well, couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they're going to be content just to go ahead and let it run down and send it to the 4th quarter. Decide things over the final 15 minutes. Through 3, it's 10-6 Eagles. Back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 4-point margin as the 4th quarter begins. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms on the scene here. The Steelers at the Eagles 33 and a 3rd and 7. Again, no time. He actually stepped into more pressure and a flag down. Darren Howard, but one to wrap him up this time.
Holding number 74, offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
That takes him out of field goal range. Willie Colon was the one called for that, but the sack will stand.
Well, it just happened so fast from the outside. Oh, boy. Willie Colon has no chance. It was going by so fast, he couldn't even grab him to pull him down.
7th sack today by Philadelphia. Berger hopes to get a little field position here for the Steelers. And does so. And backs him up to the 9-yard line. 28 yards is all he wanted. Mitch Berger has just pinned Philadelphia back inside the 20 for the 3rd straight punt. The defense of the Eagles with 7 sacks. Westbrook's been out most of the way. Booker the tailback. Buckhalter lined up as the fullback. He'll run it with the former Dolphin, getting about 2 yards. College football next Saturday on CBS. The Home Depot SEC. It'll be Tennessee tangling with Auburn. Tennessee, Auburn, and the hoopla all begins with Brando and Tillman, Timmy B and Spencer in the TIAA Kraft College Football Studio. College football
Jim,
today.
You cannot underscore Westbrook being out, what this does for both sides of the football. Changes play calling for the Eagles.
2nd down and 9. Play action and a good one. Oh, and that pass almost intercepted by Ike Taylor.
And that would not have been Donovan McNabb's fault. When you're a quarterback and you see a defender close, look outside. Hank Baskett, he goes away from the football. You got to drive back to it and make sure your pads are always inside the defenders. But Brian Westbrook, Andy Reid, Marty Morningwig, they have a section of their play calling sheet that is just for him. The Steelers have defenses that were just to make sure they covered Brian Westbrook. Well, that's gone for both sides.
3rd and 9 from the 11. Pittsburgh stop here, and they'll set up good field position. And the catch, no, they say did not have both feet in. That was Deshaun Jackson with William Gay on the coverage.
Tremendous coverage, tight, it's tight. So Donovan McNabb throws it the only spot he can, and it's definitely out of bounds. Outside and high. Otherwise, it's in trouble. Jackson not able to get his feet down. Boy, the defense doing their job once again.
Rocca almost blocked. That was Davis that came crashing in. What a punt. Rocca's punt goes all the way back to the 25. Holmes still on his feet, but manages only a couple of yards on the return.
How big is that?
Boy, he punted that right at the goal line. It's officially 64 yards.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by KFC's new original recipe strips. Life tastes better with KFC. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by the all-new Pilot, only from Honda.
Sav Rocca, 1 yard shy of his career long, 64 yards. What a time to deliver it too.
Hey, every once in a while, punter can be most valuable player too. I'm serious. That almost took points off the board. He kicked it so far.
Steelers from the 30. And intended for Holmes.
You think pressure hits on a quarterback, they don't affect him as the game goes along? Even when Ben Roethlisberger is getting protection now, he's missing pass routes that I've never seen miss. Out cuts, rhythm throws to the inside, just a little off target. Shoot, I don't know, Jim. Can you hit the golf ball as well if somebody just hits you about 30, 40 times?
I don't hit it well no matter what.
No, the answer's no.
Only
you can't do it.
10 completions, Phil, in the game. Sacked 7 times. 2nd down and 10. It's the quick toss over to Ward, but it's still set up 3rd and about 6. You know, we talked to Ben last night about this Eagle defense and asked him to describe that blitz of Jim Johnson's, and he called it crazy. It's crazy, and it has been today.
Well, look at the numbers. Both putting up good numbers, pretty good numbers for the situations they've been under, or the pressure that they've been under. As the coach always said, you got to be able to drive a Cadillac and a used car. And today, Ben's driving a used car.
Still time to upgrade, though. 13 minutes. Roethlisberger not able to get away. Boy, had he escaped Trent Cole, he might have been able to run for that first. Looked like enough open room.
You know, Jim, that's what's been so impressive. When he does get away, he can't escape. Look at the Parker down the field coverage. Nobody open. Where are you going to throw the football? They don't even know where they're running to. They're too busy looking at the quarterback. Is he in trouble? Should I look quick? No rhythm right now.
That's Berger. High kick, not returnable. And a fair catch by Jackson at the 25. A little jawing going on with Anthony Smith. 40-yard punt, no return. Well, it's very much the same second quarter. Roethlisberger, Eagles in his face. Sacked 7 times. We had no punts for either side of the first half. We've had 8 in just a little more than a quarter here in the second half. So again, the Eagles from the 25. You see Roethlisberger 4 times on third down. He has run for minimal gains, just barely avoiding. Could have been 4 more sacks to add to the 7 that are official. On play action, McNabb zips, completes, first down. Hank Basket, third-year man out of New Mexico, gains 11.
Well, I like what the Eagles have done here. They're at least trying to give their wide receivers a chance to make plays. Look at all the people in the backfield. 2 running backs. It gives Donovan McNabb that extra second to look for his next receiver, and he throws it right on target. Nice catch.
6th catch of the game for 66 yards. And first down with 11 and a half to go. Setting up a screen with Booker. They got a flag down. He's going to bring this back.
They're going to call holding on the
Holding,
block.
number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still first down.
Todd Harriman's called for that one. Tuesday on the season premiere of NCIS. The team is breaking up, but keeping them apart will be hard to do. Mark Harmon stars in NCIS. It's Tuesday on CBS.
Mark Harmon, ex-UCLA quarterback.
That's right.
Threw some footballs with him once.
Of course, his dad was the famous 1940 Heisman Trophy winner. Tom Harmon, former CBS football announcer. From the 27, McNabb underneath. Just a short gain for Avant. Give him 5 yards.
You know, I'm going to go back to something I talked about the last series, but when you get in situations like this, and it's so tough to find ways to get first down, to get protection, that's when you miss Brian Westbrook, because you throw the screen, which they tried. You do little things that are not risky, but you get very good reward. That's what great players do for you. So that is definitely, I've noticed a difference in this Eagles offense since he's gone out.
Second down, 14. And that's a 7th grab on the game for Basket. But 3rd on the way. One more look at that Westbrook injury from the first quarter. Trying to avoid inflicting any pain or injury on a teammate. Stepping over Trey Thomas. Landing awkwardly. They say it's an ankle injury, and Buckhalter, his replacement, a man who has dealt with injuries his entire career, has scored the game's only touchdown. 3rd down and 7. Under 10 minutes to go. Blitz coming in, and McNabb was forced to throw that wide of the mark. And that was Lamar Woodley rushing in.
Well, Donovan McNabb has taken some big hits today, too, after that 15 for 15 start. An unblocked linebacker coming, which happens when you play teams like the Steelers, Cowboys, Patriots that play the 3-4 defense. Every once in a while, an outside linebacker is going to come free.
Holmes back. And Rocca unload another one. It's a good one too. Angle. Holmes stays away from it, and it goes out inside the 10. You talked about sometimes a punter could be an MVP. Your old teammate Sean Landeta has been in the booth for a visit today. You saw that a lot in his career.
He won a Super Bowl because of him. Championship game.
54 yards and out of bounds at the 6.
Beautiful.
Sav Rocca coming up big for the second time in the quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, Body of Lies, in theaters Friday, October 10th. And by Sprint. Get NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And the Steelers are pinned thanks to this man, Sav Rocca, one of the greatest goal kickers in the history of Australian rules football, who a year ago became the oldest rookie in NFL history. From the 6, the Steelers will lose more yardage. Willie Parker collides with Brian Dawkins, a loss of 2.
Brian Dawkins, what we hear this week here in Philadelphia. Too old, can't get it done. Not in the films I watch. Nice job on the outside, just blitzing. Blitzing is about spacing your defense, and it's about timing the snap count of the quarterback.
Willie Parker, 13 carries, 20 yards. 2nd and 12. On the toss, out to the 5. That's it for Davis. Gary Davis with his first rush of the season.
That time it was Quentin Michael, the other safety. Brian Dawkins on the first one. Now Michael makes the second tackle. Aggressive safety for the blitzing defense. It's a good combination.
Only picked up first on 3rd down 2 out of 10 times. And it's deafening as Jeff Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, applauds. Heath Miller lined up, flanking the quarterback to the left. Noel Moore on the right side of Roethlisberger. Will they get to him again? That's a pass. If it's ruled, well, they're still waiting. Is it going to be ruled a pass or a fumble?
After last week, they're going to wait.
Now there's a flag thrown like it's intentional grounding, which would be a safety.
That's what it is, intentional grounding. Trent Cole on the pressure. Looked like Roethlisberger was going to get out there, but once again, the speed of the defense doesn't allow him to make plays outside the pocket.
They call it intentional grounding. It's a 2-point safety.
Let's see if there was a receiver near the throw.
The ruling on the field is quarterback ball. There was no eligible player in the area. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. The play results in a safety.
There you go.
You know what? He was outside the pocket. The ball was deflected.
Tomlin's fuming.
Yeah, let's watch this.
And you're right.
He's outside the pocket.
Outside the hash marks.
The ball was deflected. Of course it didn't get past the line of scrimmage.
That was Trent Cole dragging him down. Is this something that can be challenged? Can Tomlin say, wait a minute, he was attempting a pass here?
Yes, it can be.
They're telling us now it's not reviewable, Phil, because it was ruled grounding.
Okay.
So they'll be punting from their own 20, and the score now 12-6.
And I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying this. It was deflected. So Well, he's down. Anyway, intentional grounding is not reviewable. But if they reviewed it, what they will find out, the football, his knee was on the ground even before he let the football go.
I saw Mewelde Moore at the end of that replay. The running back, he was in the area. Watch 21. 21.
Yeah, Roethlisberger sees him.
Here he is. That's who he's throwing it to right there. He's going to stand as a safety. Intentional grounding, they say, cannot be reviewed. So that's why Tomlin's so upset. Pointing out that Moore was in the area from the 27, the run back. That's Jackson, he got away. But not for long. Covered up by Anthony Madison.
Let's see if he's down, Jim, before he lets it go, even if they could have replayed this.
I think there was a good chance of that, but they didn't call that. I think you could say that his shin is down.
He's definitely down.
But they didn't call that on the field.
No, but you can call that in a replay if they wouldn't have called intentional grounding. Understand?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think Tomlin has any handle on that. I don't think he understands that could have been ruled a safety anyway if it had been under review, if it was, in fact, challengeable in the first place. Got a half quarter to go, and that Eagles defense continues to shine and increases that lead to 12-6. We'll go shotgun on first down. And they'll go long. Incomplete. Reggie Brown with McFadden on the coverage. Next Sunday, we've got regional action on CBS. Early, many will see the Browns and the Bengals, or the Broncos and Chiefs. Most of you will see the Chargers and the Raiders in that 4:05 Eastern time slot. It all begins, of course, with the NFL Today. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, and Coach Cower. The NFL Today at 12 noon Eastern time. Had a chance yesterday to visit with the first ever host of the NFL Today, the great man, Jack Whitaker.
Yes, that is awesome. Did he wear his hat?
One of the voices of Super Bowl I. Nope, not yesterday. Second down and 10. It's underneath. Greg Lewis. Means 4. Third down coming up. Again, you keep saying, wait a minute, this Eagles defense is just impenetrable, but Pittsburgh is a play away.
Yes. That's what I keep saying. This Eagles offense, you look at it and you go, okay, try to use some clock, but they're a throwing football team. Their star running back is out. So they're going to put the game in the hands of Donovan McNabb. That's what you do. Let your best player win or lose it for you.
Third down and 6. They seal the pocket. McNabb with the big toss. Wow. Polamalu lowers the boom, but Basket holds on for 12 yards and the first down.
Protection, time, space for the quarterback, and a strike. Just rips it across the middle. Right into the body of the receiver, so even the hit by Troy Polamalu cannot knock the football loose.
Basket with a career-high 8 grabs, undrafted and signed as a rookie free agent several years back, has shined mostly as a special teams player and a part-time receiver until this year. Buckhalter to shake off a couple of hits, including one by Woodley, and gets the short gain of about 2.
You know, Jim, just talking to Donovan McNabb, it's 2 weeks in a row I've heard it from a quarterback, and it makes so much sense. He said, we've gone back to our basic offense, basic plays, and you know them so well. Brett Favre said the same thing last week. When you know them really well, you become very instinctive as a quarterback, and we've seen that a few times today. He's looking around the field, one to the right, to the middle, and just fires footballs to the left because he knows what the guys are going to do. He's done it 1,000 times.
Hines Ward hoping his team can stay within 1 score. McNabb trying to drive the Eagles. Looks down the middle and incomplete. Looking back at Greg Lewis. McFadden and Polamalu. Polamalu flying all over the field.
The Steelers defense, watch Troy Polamalu, 43, reading the quarterback. I got him deep, I got him short, and when in doubt, hit something.
For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Steelers and Eagles. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms with the call. Philly leading at 12-6. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety after the game, except on the West Coast. You'll get it at your normal time. Third down play on the way, and a big one. 5:48 to go. 3rd and 9. McNabb's pass too high, and the Steelers will get the ball back. Looking for Jason Avant.
Coverage was there. As the game has gone along, the Steelers defense slowly has gotten more aggressive and it's gotten better in their pass coverage.
All right, what will Rocca do this time? His last two have been beauties. 64 yards and a 54-yarder out of bounds at the 6. And he's done it again. Look at this. Pins him at the 5. 37 yards, just the number they needed. Well, it's been a long time since Pittsburgh won in Philadelphia. You got to go back to the 60s. You love the uniforms, Phil. I know when you saw this last night. It was October of '65. The Steelers won the game 20-14. They picked off 4 Eagles passes, returning 1 for a touchdown. It was their only road win of the season. They've been here 8 times since and have not won in those 8 matchups since that victory in '65. These two teams that were expansion teams back in 1933 and once joined forces during World War II and became the Steagles for the season. 1st and 10. Time for Big Ben this time. And the pass is caught by Holmes. And they get out of that end zone area where it was so boisterous. Pick up the first with 11 yards.
It takes movement by Ben Roethlisberger, a really nice catch by Santonio Holmes, and a really good throw to get 10 yards. The Steelers have to protect, isolate whoever it is, Hines Ward or Santonio Holmes, and make the play that way.
Move inside of 5 minutes. And 1st down. Again, he's protected. Threatened to go long. Comes instead over to the side to Mendenhall, and the rookie can't hold on. Covered by Gaither. Let's go to New York for the update.
Jim and Phil, what a game in Indianapolis. Trailing 20-14. Peyton Manning takes his squad 77 yards in 1 minute and 26 seconds. That is, Joseph Adai takes it across with a score 21-20. Indianapolis with 25 seconds left in regulation. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Boy, thank you, JB. Peyton trying to lead his team back in the 4th quarter for the 2nd straight week. And Jacksonville in danger of going to 0-3. Here it's a 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. Again underneath. Grab is made. And it's Mendenhall with a nifty move for a 1st down out near the 30. That picks up 11.
Boy, nice job by Ben Roethlisberger looking down the field, can't find it. Look at his out receiver and watch the hitting at the end.
Trent Cole lost his helmet trying to rush the quarterback. He's had quite a day. One time trying to take the helmet off of Roethlisberger. Called for a face mask. 1st down and 10. Just breaking through, and no, he's not down. Roethlisberger able to unload it out of bounds. Omar Gaither almost got about a 15-yard sack. Big break for the Steelers. Ben able to shake it off and get away.
Yeah, what's amazing, once again, even with a running back staying in to help protect Roethlisberger, look at Gaither, comes in untouched. The big man you're trying to bring down.
Gaither's had quite an active afternoon, too. 2nd down and 10 with 3:46 remaining. Movement. Kemoyatu again on that left side. He moved a couple of times in that first
68,
half.
offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
These penalties are so big because of the situations it puts your offense in. If the defense was playing zone coverage and you had time and he could look people off and throw it, that's one thing. But when they're constantly pressuring you, you don't have time to let the receivers get down the field.
Have to get near the 39 for a first. A 2nd and 15. Roethlisberger able to pick it up. It slipped out of his hands and almost intercepted by Sheldon Brown. Wow.
That wow is right. And it looked like everybody kind of stopped as he drops this snap. No, he dropped it as he was getting ready to throw it.
Yep.
I was looking at the receivers down the field. Looks like I got a screen set up to Rashard Mendenhall. It's not going anywhere.
Hines Ward helped break that up, prevent the interception. Is it too early to think 4-down territory?
No, if you don't get this, you punt the football away.
Yep.
You get the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts.
3rd down, 15. Ball knocked out of the hands of Roethlisberger. Looks like the Eagles have it. As Brian Dawkins, who knocked it out of Roethlisberger's hands. Philadelphia football, and it's Dawkins with the recovery.
Well, the pressure never stopped, and the Eagles never flinched. They didn't get nervous about the tight game. They just kept blitzing. And the Steelers, they got everybody in there to block. It doesn't matter. The will of the Eagles is just stronger than the Steelers today.
6-time Pro Bowler Brian Dawkins, who was hurt during the preseason, had an ankle injury. He had a neck injury last year. You were talking earlier about how everyone was saying, well, what about Dawkins?
Yes, because he gave up a couple passes last week against Dallas, and it gets everybody excited to know, hey, look, if I owned a football team, we won a game or think we might win it, I'd get excited too. Some things you don't have to worry about, though. I'm not going to own a team unless you give me some money.
You're pretty close, I would think. And on a running down, first down for about a yard. We got an update. James Brown has it in New York.
Jim and Phil, take a look. Josh Scobie with the valuable foot for Jacksonville, kicking a 51-yard field goal that is good for Jacksonville. 23-21, 4 seconds left in regulation in Indy. We'll keep you updated. Back to Jim and Phil.
Kickers.
That's what you call saving a season.
Oh, boy, Ben Roethlisberger now going in. It really has been, of course, we've said it many times, rough, but courageous too, Jim, to keep fighting the way he does in the play. But the hits, even for Ben Roethlisberger, too many.
Here they go in the end around with Jackson. Bounced out.
And he went out of bounds.
1-yard gain. Roethlisberger to the locker room. Byron Leftwich warming up on the Pittsburgh sideline.
Situational football. That you got to know that. You go over it so often. And Deshaun Jackson, he's a rookie, but you've got to, even in college, you know this. He tried to go out of bounds, but he waits till he's on the sideline. Inside of 5 minutes, when you run out of bounds, the clock stops, and now will not restart until the snap of the ball.
A 3rd and 8. Got to get to the 8 for the first down. Booker trying to get wide. Won't get to the first. Want to welcome those of you who saw Jacksonville's stunning win at the end on the Scobie field goal. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. We're going to see David Akers coming out for the Eagles in just a moment for what will be about a 31-yard field goal try to make it a 2-score differential. This has been just a series of punishing hits on Ben Roethlisberger, who has just been taken to the locker room. He was sacked 6 times in the second quarter alone. That's the only touchdown in the game was Buckhalter on a pass from McNabb. Even McNabb got hurt and missed some time, but came back. Westbrook injured an ankle in the first quarter and has not returned. So Roethlisberger's inside, Leftwich warming up for the Steelers, and Akers with a crucial kick out of Louisville, Kentucky, who actually raised in Lexington, was a 4-year caddy at Valhalla, where the United States won the Ryder Cup today. This a crucial 31-yarder for David Akers, and the kick is good. Makes it 15-6.
How about this game compared to Monday night? What a difference. This league, it can change so quickly. David Akers, he's about as close as you get to being automatic. And not perfect, but it's pretty close.
You know, you're right. This is a Philadelphia team that saw the Cowboys put up a 40 on them the other night. Got a short week to come back. They didn't really work out a lot in terms of, with pads. They were light workouts, trying to rely on the veterans to lead, though, through what has to be mentally a tough week.
Yeah, I said that early, Jim. I really believe you got to give the coaches credit. The game plan, so aggressive on both sides of the ball. That got the players into it. And it's just been physically, it's been fun to watch it, but it's been about as rough as I've seen a game in a long time.
Byron Leftwich, the former Jacksonville quarterback.
Jim, it's one of those games where you stand on the sidelines, the backup quarterback, and I had it happen to me. The backups go, don't come out.
Yeah, stay in there. Well, the backup should have been Charlie Batch, who broke his collarbone in the preseason against Philadelphia. Hit by the Eagles. Mendenhall. Take it up the middle to about the 27. Just 2:20 to go. That's a stunning win by Jacksonville. When you saw that they did not get in at 17-14, settled for a field goal with just outside 2 minutes to go, you said, watch, Peyton will lead them down the field, and they'll end up winning the game 21-20. They almost did.
Yeah, really. It's just,
And then, of course, Garrard leads them back down the field, and Scobie has to kick a long one on the road and delivers it.
I want to see the play selection, as we'll get to this real quick, of when they were going in to score. Did they play it safe? If they did, well, you know my thoughts about playing it safe. Sometimes you got to go out and try to win. Eagles probably will stop blitzing here for a few plays.
Leftwich, his first pass is complete to Nate Washington, who takes an Eagle with him for a couple of more yards. Asante Samuel riding them down.
They're up 2 scores, so they're going to play the clock as much as they play the Steeler offense here right now.
Not going to get another playoff before the 2-minute warning. Each team has had to use the backup quarterback today. 15-6 Eagles with 2 minutes to go. Only 142 yards allowed by the Eagles defense with 8 sacks. And Roethlisberger's coming back out. There was an injury to his right hand, they report. 2 minutes, Leftwich. Wide of Nate Washington. What happened here?
I think he got, grabbing his throat, so he got hit in the throat. Probably a pass rusher running by, reaching out to try to grab him.
It's going to be Trent Cole again.
Oh, yes. Right away, Byron Leftwich bends over.
Pittsburgh with 2 timeouts, but needs 2 scores. It's Heath Miller putting them in position here to do something. The 38-yard line. Gains 21.
You still have 2 timeouts. You need 2 scores.
That was the longest play of the day for Pittsburgh. 21 yards.
First time they made a play against the blitz, too.
Leftwich zips it again to Miller. Now, to the 22-yard line. Why now? Yeah, they're just not blitzing Leftwich like they were with
No,
Roethlisberger.
they blitzed last play. They sent them all, and it backfired for the first time all day long, and that scared them, and they backed off this past play. Not backed off. Still tight man-to-man coverage, a good route, and a good throw. That's what it was.
So Leftwich comes in, and there's movement for the Steelers for the first time in this half.
How about this? Heath Miller to the outside against Omar Gaither. Nice. Up the field, and at the last second, boom, he stops, and Leftwich is throwing right on rhythm to it.
They have one timeout after using one right here. With that right side for Roethlisberger, the shoulder that was not 100%, but close to 90, he told us. Now the right hand. We'll be back home next week to host Baltimore, which is on its way to a 2-0 start. Cleveland's going to slump 0-3. Leftwich to the end zone for Washington. Trying to pull it down with one hand. Broken up by Samuel.
Good blocking for Byron Leftwich. Gets time, and knowing the situation, you need 2 scores. Goes deep, and what a play by Asante Samuel. Look at him. He raises his left hand as the receiver reaches up for the football. Good timing. No way you're going to catch it. He's reading the receiver's eyes and his hands, and he times it accordingly, knocks it away.
1:21 on the clock. Leftwich breathing some life into the Steelers here. Lands the feet and fires it. Washington gets away from the hit. Not the second one, though, and he's brought down short of the first. He could have stepped out. That was Michael. After he was able to shake free, might have wanted to just dart out of bounds. They have to use their last timeout. Pittsburgh has its deepest penetration of the day. Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. It all begins with 60 Minutes, interviews with Senator McCain and Senator Obama. That's tonight on 60 Minutes. Back-to-back episodes of Cold Case and Criminal Minds. It's all tonight, coming your way on CBS. The Patriots streak ends, 21 regular season wins. The record ends. It had started, well, the Miami Dolphins have been the last team to beat them in the regular season, and then today somehow Sperano gets his first win. It's not even close. Ronnie Brown throws for a touchdown and rushes for 4. The Bills were down 9 late in that game at home, and they're now 3-0.
Yeah, it was. Ronnie Brown, very unique package he ran today. Very clever. Dan Henning, coordinator of the Dolphins, it was fun to watch.
He feels the pressure now for the first time and is taken down.
Run your field goal team on the field and kick.
I know you love this play. I don't know why teams don't adhere to this.
The players are over there going kick the football. I see them making the motion.
You got to get 2 scores anyway, and it's 4th down.
Absolutely. You cannot make this mistake. You have to kick the field goal.
This is what we saw with Washington earlier in the season, a couple of weeks back against the Giants. Leftwich's throw is short, and the Eagles are going to win it. I don't get it. I just don't understand. When you know you need 2 scores, you're going to need a field goal. You're going to need the recovered onside kick.
It's a mistake. And I saw players making the motion, let's kick the field goal. And I asked the head coach this, do the assistant coaches speak up and go, what do you think? Shouldn't we try the field goal to give ourselves a chance to win it? And Mike Tomlin, I'm sure, was aware of it and said, nope, we're going to go for the score.
The Steelers going to suffer their first loss of the season. They'll drop to 2-1. Eagles will have a record to match that.
I just don't agree with that decision, Jim. Not at all. I really don't. I've watched too much, was involved in too many of them. You kick the field goal. Always what? Prolong the game. Make the other team keep playing.
And it happens all the time. You see it so often. So a kneel down, and Philadelphia wins this hard-fought battle. What a day for the defense. What a day for their punter, Rocca. McNabb fighting through an injury. Westbrook will have to see that ankle injury. He missed the last 3 quarters here. 9 sacks in all by the Eagles defense, the second most ever under Andy Reid.
It's like watching the game back in the early 80s, wasn't it? Just where it was a slug out. And it was impressive in a lot of aspects for both teams, but shows you how much can change in 1 week.
Pretty impressive coming off that loss to Dallas. But you know, against one of their most heated rivals, they've now come back the last 6 years in the next game after playing the Cowboys on the road and won. They do it again today. On a record-breaking day for Donovan in terms of touchdown passes, the Eagles win it. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms saying so long. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.